Welcome back, Roasties, to the Let It Ride podcast, the podcast for everyone looking to find a winner each and every weekend of the NRL season. We are up to round 24. I think the word is penultimate. Hopefully I've said that right.
Good word, Roasty. Very good word.
It is. And the other voice you hear, or the other face you see if you're tuning in on YouTube is, of course, the handsome one, Hammy G. My friend, how are you this lovely Tuesday night?
Roasty, I'm well, and I'm just going to get the mic out of the way for those who are watching. You got yours on as well.
Yep.
Little bit of fresh drip here.
It is
at Let It Ride HQ.
He's looking good. I don't say this often about myself, but damn, I'm looking good right now. And
you're looking good, Roasty. I was going to say,
if you're listening, head to YouTube, check us out, or you'll probably see us over on the socials over the weekend. But we've got a couple of jumpers, we've got a couple of shirts around with the Let It Ride logo. Some good old-fashioned green ticks on there. Love the green ticks.
Plenty of those over the weekend.
If you've ever had a multi, you know what a green tick looks like. Plenty of red crosses. We won't put them on there though. We're not about that. Not about that life. But come on and check us out. We are going to probably look at doing maybe make these sort of limited edition where we give them out to some of the the long time followers. So if you're there and you do want one, you do like the look of them. Get in touch with us and let us know how you think you can earn one. I think it might be, follow our tips and say, send us a multi where you've had a winner or.
I reckon, Roasty, it's tailor made for the old. If you send in a Zinger box multi and it salutes, it's got 4 ticks there. For me, that there's some very good synergies there. I mean, you could even whack a little KFC on the sleeve. Probably need to talk with them about that, but
let's do that this week. If you do a Zinger multi and it gets up, send it to us. Let us know what it is. So we'll get to this at the end. Our Zinger multi is 3 wingers, so your 3 wicked wings plus your burger is a forward or someone of value. And if you get that up, we'll send you out a jumper. We'll do one per week because I don't want 50 people sending. I got this Zinger box multi up and have to send out 50 jumpers. But
the most impressive Zinger multi gets it.
Correct. Yeah. I'll pick one lucky winner. But yeah, that's how you can get it. So head to our YouTube, check it out. It is fire. It is so warm. I'm actually starting to sweat. No, if it's
I'm cooking a bit under the ring light, Roasty. So I'll see how I go if I get a bit sweaty.
Yeah. But mate, that's it. Now, mate, how you been? How's the week been? We caught up last week, which was a great great time. I woke up a bit crook afterwards.
Yeah, I was going to say, Roasty, we caught up for a bit. You didn't offer the media much the following day. Turned up late for breakfast, and you didn't answer my call when I tried to see where you were. I was worried sick, Roasty, about where you were. And then you walked in a dishevelled mess, and I very quickly, went from worried to, a bit sympathetic to then just sort of enjoying it, to be honest. You were very quiet, right in your shell there. Extremely hungover, and you hardly said a word, which was good fun to watch.
Each word I did say was quite valuable though. So when I'm hungover, I do come out with a couple of good zingers. But
word economy.
That's it. I was fairly quiet. Did not touch breakfast that much, but thoroughly enjoyed myself the night before. One of the last to leave, as always. So. Good to see, but great to catch up with you, mate. And
you too.
Hopefully we get to do it soon. But this weekend you're heading to the big clash, the Rabbitoh. Oh no, who is it? The Storm
and the Chooks.
The Chookies on.
I'm going to the Cheese Cup. Well, I actually need to get tickets, to be honest. But I'm intending to go to the Cheese Cup. No other footy on in Melbourne town, so I am anticipating a sellout for that one, or a very full stadium at the least. These teams are flying. I know we're going to get to that game on its own in due course, but I've got a bold prediction for this one, Roasty. I'm going to save it for then, but needless to say, I'm actually really looking forward to this game.
There is a bigger cup later on, but with this one, the cheese cup, could it be the cheese grater cup? Could we get a trophy made up with a cheese grater on top? And that could.
I don't see why not.
The big silverware that they're playing for this weekend.
Yep.
I think that could be on. You could present it to him personally.
Yep. I'd love to. Old mate of mine. Cheese, just go to my Instagram.
Ham and cheese roasted.
Yep. What a combo. Now we're talking.
Mate, I've got to bring this up because I get this comment so much on socials, and I just need to ask you whether it should be ended. It should be eradicated from social media or even just in life in general. And the phrase is this aged well. Now, when you
what's wrong with that?
I hate it because most of the time it comes out when we put a bet up. We go, this is what I think. This is going to happen in the thing. Put our balls on the line, go all out, and say this is what we think is going to happen in this game. Someone waits till after the match where it didn't happen, goes back a couple of hours to find the post, and then goes, this aged well. It's not even.
Oh, you mean in a sarcastic sense?
It's not original. It's not funny. It's just you're trying to bag on someone for putting their balls on the line where you didn't have the guts to do it yourself.
To put out there in the first place. Well,
that's why I hate it.
I thought you meant it in a more sincere way because I'm all about it. I think it's great. Like, oh, that aged well. Like, when you actually said something and it came true. Yeah, there's no need for the backhanded compliment or the insult. There's no room for it.
I can't get behind it. So,
do
you know what? I'm going to cop 1,000 of them this week now for all the people listening. They're going to come in and go, yeah, this aged well, and I get that. That's fine. I might engage with them because it's a sarcastic, ironic way. But, if you're just coming here to rag on people's bets who actually take the time to try and give some value, and all you're doing is just waiting a couple of hours for it to not come off, you're a bit of a dirtbag. That's my 2 cents.
Weak-gutted dog.
That's it.
Yeah.
Mate, let's get into it. Let's get into some more positive stuff. Just love to just love to vent every now and then. Just get it out there.
A little bit of a yarn event, if you will, off the top.
100%. Mate, what a matchup to kick off Thursday night football, round 24. Like we said, the penultimate round. A lot on the line for both of these teams.
What's the over-underline on you saying penultimate on this show? I reckon I said it at about 4.5.
4.5, right? We'll see how we go. Both these teams, the top 8, the top 4 is not finalised yet, and there's a lot on the line for both of these teams. A win sort of guarantees the Eels with a home final, whether that's, if they finish in the top 4, week 2 they get a home final, or that week 1 they get it. A loss adds them to the list of teams that could be outed if the Raiders keep on winning, which we're going to get to later on. They could be knocked out. So Broncos fit that bill as well. If they lose, they're on the cusp of coming up against the Red Hot Dragons in round 25. Could see them knocked out if the Raiders keep winning. So monster clash. Both teams a lot on the line, like we said. Broncos 235 outsiders. Para are minus 3.5 point favourites. The over is 47.5. Now, the Broncos getting 60 put on them last week. Are they done, or can you see them, bouncing back and potentially locking in that final spot, mate?
Tough one to pick here, Rosie. I think
it is.
In a strange way, even though they got smoked last week, my head weirdly says Broncos here, because the Eels have got that tendency, which you often point to, of losing the games they should win. But my heart says the Eels, because my second team, being a Canberra boy, the Raiders, their sort of season hinges on the Eels winning this one. So I don't say this often, but I'll probably be going for the Eels in this one. The Eels have won 5 of their last 6 against the Broncos as well, worth bearing that in mind. Try scorers. Sivo, last 2 games against the Broncos, he scored the first try. So Sivo first try, that'll get you $9. Gutho loves playing the Broncos. He scored in 4 of his last 5 against the Broncos. $2 for him to score, which I thought was a bit short. So I put that one in the maybe pile. The one that I've banged on about a few times is Oates, 2 or more tries. Now, he's got a double in 5 of his last 6 games when the Broncos have started as underdogs. And there's been a few there where you're like, there's no way he's getting a double. And he's got one. So $5.50 for Oates to score a double, just based on the fact that it just happens way too often for you to ignore it.
Yeah.
I thought of all the try scorer bets there, that's probably the one that I'd lean towards and ride that home.
I'm going to go against you. I think Broncos might upset here. I think they can get the win. Their last they played this game round 19, I think, back in Sydney. Broncos won that, but since that the Eels, the Broncos have sort of headed downwards. They've only won 1 of their last 4, and that was only against the Knights. Eels opposite, they're 3-1 since that last matchup, but. The reason what got me onto the Broncos was the Thursday night record. Now, they play on Thursday night up at home. Last year, they went 0-6 on Thursday night. this year they're 4-1 on Thursday nights.
Ooh.
So they love getting that game early, get it out of the way, so they can go to the Caxton for 3 days straight if they want to.
Like yourself at Magic Round,
100%. I did spend 3 days there. It was a good weekend, that. I think they bounce back well here. Paris scare me as favourites. They've only won this year 58% of games as favourites, so basically toss of the coin there.
Yep.
235 for me is good value. But another record I want to talk about is Mike Acevo. 11 tries in 8 games against the Broncos, which is massive.
Oh, yeah.
There's only been one game that he's played that he hasn't scored. So he's 7 from 8 in scoring a try, but in those 8 games he scored 11. Like you said, Oates as well at Suncorp. He's a perfect 19 from 19 this year, so you can't really ignore these two guys. But the last few weeks, the Broncos have let in a half to score a try. Munster and Hughes last week, Keary for the Roosters, and both Jock Madden and Dewey in the Tigers game a few weeks back. I love Moses for value, but also Brown to score. So look at those two guys. Brown, he's got 8 this year, so he could be a lot of value. But yeah, I love the Broncos head-to-head here, 235. And I'm going to... I think Sevo, I think he scores one. I love Oates, he scores one. And I'm going to look at a half to put in there as well. So check out either Brown or Moses, whoever you think gets it over there. I'm going to stick with Brown. I think he gets the try. But in a multi, I'd chuck in both Oates and Sevo. I'm with you. I think he might score a couple, but I'll just take him for one. Probably too short, but if I put both of them in there in a multi, I think I'll get some value. So, yeah.
Like that. Very good. Well played.
Start off on Thursday night, mate. Now, rolling into Friday evening, the Panthers, they face off against the Warriors and a massive 26.5 point favourites. The over and under is 46.5. Now, Panthers have Jerome Luai back after several weeks out. Big Fish, he's back up front as well. There are rumours that they could rest some players here, so be careful. Keep an eye on the late mail here, but we're just basing it off what they've named now. I'm guessing you're the same here as me, Hemi, that Panthers get the win. Question is, by how much? Are they going to cover this 27.5 points?
I agree, Roasty. That line felt a bit big for me. Maybe a little pick your own line at about 20 might be good. Definitely Panthers 13 plus. I'm happy with that. I was trying to look for value in try scores. A lot of them weren't giving you a great deal of value because I think the market and a lot of people think that the Panthers will smash the Warriors in this one. Kikau, I was thinking of $2, bit skinny, although I do think he'll score. I didn't mind
the back five of the Panthers are all under $5. Even Charlie Staines, who's starting in number 17 off the bench, is less than $2. It's amazing the lack of value there.
Well, I was looking at Liam Martin. Scored the match winner the other night. He scored in his last 2 against the Warriors as well, $3.20. So Panthers 13 plus into Liam Martin anytime. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, look, the Warriors, they've let in some big scores over the last couple of weeks, 48 points to both the Cowboys and the Rabbits. But they have held the Storm and Para to within 12 points. So they show they can, do it every now and then. I'm with you. I'm going to look inside for some value. Obviously, you could pick a back to score 2+, or Dylan Edwards out the back. He's paying just a bit over $2 to score a try. There's a few guys there, but if you look inside, there's some value. I'm sticking with Kikau. A bit over $2, but I'm also going to throw in Luai in his first game back.
I mind that. Yep.
Your theorem of running 6 against a bad shit outside here. So I had them, and you picked it perfectly because I've got it written down here. A line of Panthers minus 19.5, the alt line. I'm going to throw that in there. I think 27.5 could be just a little bit too much. Like I say that, and they'll probably end up winning by 40, right? But it does scare you a little bit.
It scared me as well, Rosie. It's nothing to be ashamed of. I was a bit scared too. So,
okay, let's hold each other in our new Let It Ride hoodies and
in our hoodies. I like that. I'd actually like that.
Yeah. Chucky. The alt line of 19.5. Luai and Kikau both to score 550. That's where I'm going to play. Pretty safe. You could throw in a few others, but then they just go one side all night, and then one side gets all the tries. You miss out on Crichton or someone, or Brian Toto, who hasn't scored in a while. So But another guy that's playing some really good footy, Sean O'Sullivan, and I'm going to throw him in. I'm just going to back him straight out, 450. I'm not going to put anything else in there. The Warriors have let in a try to the number 7 in 4 straight games.
Oh, that's a good stat.
Playing really good football, and I think he gets over the line here at 450. So that's who I'm playing.
That's a bet on its own. Yeah, well, that's educated punting, Roast. You don't need to go nuts and build a big 10-legger. Sometimes you can just go bang and put the feet up and cheer for one outcome. I like it. Very well done.
It feels like a game where you go, I'm going to chuck in like 4 or 5 try scorers, and then one misses out, So try and look for some value inside, and that's why I'm sticking with
like it.
Shawnee O'Sullivan.
There's method to his madness, folks. Get around him.
And the cracking game we were talking about earlier on, Friday night.
Oh, yeah.
Mate, holy shit, I am pumped for this one. These two teams have had some cracking games over the years. And, with everything that's on the line, again, with all the teams in the top 8 and the top 4, still undecided apart from basically Penrith. It's massive. Now, Storm, minus 4.5, favourites over the Roosters. Desperate to lock in that top 8 spot and a home semi in their new stadium. Really could see, the way it's going. Roosters v Rabbitohs next week in round 25, and then it could be first week of the finals as well. So
I love those ones.
Very interesting. Yeah. Overs here, 42.5. Now, these teams put on the 2 highest scores last week in a round of blowouts. 60 to the Storm and 72 for the Roosters. Now, pretty much same teams here from last week. The Roosters have a 5-match losing streak against the Storm, and they've only won one of their last 5 in Melbourne. So, what are you playing here, handsome one?
I've got a bold call in this one, Roasty.
Here we go.
I think the Storm win 13 plus at $3.05 in this one. $1.55 favourites head to head. The Roosters $2.45. I think they rack up another big score here. Yes, the Roosters racked up a big score last week. But who was it against? Let's get real. My boys, the Tigers, who did not show, they were putrid last week. No other word for it. The Storm have been crunching teams, but they've been beating good teams, 13 plus. They beat the Panthers 16-0 a couple of weeks ago. Then they beat the Broncos 60-12 last week, another top 8 team. So, the Roosters, they've been impressive. Yeah, they had a big score last week, but I think they're due for a reality check here. I think the Storm found their mojo again. A lot of players back, a lot of guys playing well. So I like the Storm 13 plus. Now, try scorer wise, young Tonamapaya has scored in his last 4 at Amy Park. He also looks like, as we discussed last week, the sports bet wingsuit guy from a couple of years ago. What a moustache on the man.
He's one of the best in the game at the moment.
$3.60 for him to score at any stage. And if we're going against the grain in this one, the Roosters haven't played that well in Melbourne recently, but Tedesco, in his last 4 games outside of Sydney, has scored $2.50 to score in this one too. So maybe whack him in to score at any stage against the Storm 13 plus. That might sex up that multi for you a little bit.
Like that. Obviously, we talk about some guys that regularly score, and you look at Suwali, who didn't score in that 72-point route last week, but he's 14 tries from his last 15 games, just amazing. He's coming up against David Nofaluma, and after not scoring last week, I think he crosses over here. He scored in their last game as well, so keep an eye on him.
That would have been an absolute multi-kill like you were talking about before, Racy. So many people would have had Suwali any time in that big carve up, and he couldn't get one.
He was one of the guys in my Zinger box multi. I got Hudson Young up and missed him, which I didn't even speak about at the start of the show. My young double. Hudson, we didn't even say what our best bet that got up last week.
Forever Young.
We'll get on to it a bit later. But, yeah, Forever Young. I've spoken about Storm's left edge and how they are vulnerable down there. Both Fermor, a few weeks ago. Your man Kosi, 3 tries the week before. And a guy who's been good to us, Angus Crichton, who comes up against him this week. 4 tries in his last 5 games. He's $5.30 to do it here again. For the Storm, I actually like Brendan Smith at lock. We spoke about him earlier in the show. 2 tries from
Cheesy.
2 tries from 4 games when he starts at lock, and he's $4.30 to get one here. So they're my 2 picks for some value this week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Storm, I think, they cover that, 4.5 points? Still 4.5?
Yep.
Yeah, 4.5 points. I think they cover that. I don't mind your 13 plus. There's a little bit of value there. What are they paying 13 plus? I think I'm just
$3.05.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, I'm going to, my picks are Storm to cover the line. Smith for the Storm, Crichton for the Roosters for value. Suwali'd also bag one. If you want to just add him in your multi, I think he gets over. So obviously you wouldn't take him by himself. I think he's like $1.70 or something. But yeah, mate. Saturday,
like it.
Enjoy the game too. If you do end up getting tickets,
thank you, mate.
Enjoy the game. Send us a couple of picks.
Thank you.
Be much appreciated.
Will do.
Saturday kicking off. The Raiders looking to keep their finals dreams alive, while Manly look like they just want their season to basically end, I think. Now, Raiders 13.5-point favourites, over 51.5 points. Ray Vega, he comes in for Albert Smalley here, while the Raiders are unchanged, I believe. Manly got a decent record against the Raiders in recent years, 8-2 record over the past 10 games. However, Manly are on an 0-5 run. Their last 5 games. Raiders played at home with the finals on the line, 5-1 record in their past 6. Does the pressure get to the Raiders here, Hemi, or do the Seagulls have some fight in them? Plenty of questions. What are you playing?
Yeah, I want the Milk to keep winning, obviously, but that line, feels a bit big. It's also, I just got this weird gut feeling of banana peel game here for the Raiders.
Yep.
Hope I'm wrong. I'm gonna stick with the Raiders head to head. I noticed that the Seagulls copped 3 tries to halves last week when they played against the Sharks. So Whiten anytime will get you $2.12. I wondered whether Whiten 2 or more at $6.75 might be worth a look there. That's where I was looking. It's bloody cold in Canberra as well at the moment. It's actually snowed today. So
there you go.
Advantage Canberra at the moment. It's freezing there. So hopefully not a banana. Yeah, it could be another snow game. But basically go Raiders and Whiten 2 or more.
Yeah, look, 12 wins this year for the Raiders. Only 2 of those have been by 13 plus. They were against the Sharks and the Rabbitohs, both away from home in rounds 10 and 11 back to back. 13.5 line and Manly's record in Canberra do scare me a bit. They're 7-2 in the ACT going back to 2005, Manly. So I think the Raiders win here, but I think it's much closer than that 13.5, like you said. Manly have been uninspiring the last month, but I think they can put up a little bit of fight here. We've spoken about all the dramas they've got going on in their club. I like the Raiders 1-12. I think they keep it tight, get the win. Nice and tight there at 370. It's pretty good value there. I had Jackie White as good. Well. 8 tries in his 16 games against the Seagulls. Raiders, their record against bottom 8 teams this year is 7-3, and they haven't won any of those by 13 plus. So for me, it's Raiders 1-12. I'm sticking with that. Another guy who's done us well in the last few weeks, I'm going to stick with him, Hudson Young, paying $2.90. Like I said, last week I had the Young. For all those people that put up with my singing, my terrible singing, but if they listen to the actual value in that singing, it was Dom Young and Hudson Young both to score in that game last Sunday. They both did pay $6.50, winner chicken dinner. I was very happy. Now, he's only paying $2.90 alone this week, but I think he gets a try. Add him in with that multi at the Raiders 1-12. You get a bit of value there, but they're my 2 picks this week. Again, I like Jackie Whiten as well. I wouldn't be as bold to say 2 tries, but I'll back you in, Hemi, because I'll take him for 1. One thing I'm going to have a little Stewie Diver at is we spoke about last week the props getting over, the big fellas scoring some tries. Josh Papali'i, $34 for first try scorer.
Yeah, that's nice. I looked at the big boys for any time, but geez, they're short. The longest priced anytime try score for the Raiders is Papali'i at $5.60. I mean, come on.
That's why I was like, no, it's not worth. I don't think taking him anytime. I want to take him first try and get a little bit of
And he's been first a couple of times this year, I believe. So
$34. I like that. He was first in. Was he first in Origin? No.
Yeah, or he got over and it might have been denied, but he knows how to get over there.
He does. And Manly, they've let in a few big boys over the last few weeks, so that's why I'm going to back Big Popper, cheer him home.
Yep.
And I'll take him at $34. Pretty good for me. Following that up, Sharkies Doggies, decent Saturday Arvo match for me, I think.
Yep.
Sharkies aiming for a top 2 finish, so they're eager to get the W here. While the Doggies looking to finish strong after not so great year, but it's a year that's had its moments for them. Sharkies a massive 22.5 point phase with the over 48.5. Now, Andrew Fafita's last home game, he's announced he's going to be leaving at the end of the year. So they'll be looking to send him out a very strong winner. Teague Wilton back. Connor Tracy's out for the Sharkies. And Tavita Pengai Jr. Playing New South Wales Cup, I saw. He's out for the Dogs in first grade. Now, Cronulla with an 8-2 record in their last 10 against the Dogs. Earlier this year, just 12 points separated them. So that, close one there. Sharks with some really good wins over last month, dominant in the last 2 weeks. Can you see them putting on some more points than they did in that last matchup, Hemi?
Yeah, I think I can see points again. I've been a bit scared by that massive line in that one. 20,
yeah,
ridiculous. Sharks 13 plus. I'm happy with. I'll take that. $1.34. It's not gonna change your life too much, but I'll take it. Nico Hines, what a great season he's had. Double last week. I like the look of Nico Hines to score a try at any stage in this game at $2.60. So I'm probably throwing those ones together in the same gamer to get you about the $3 mark. Nothing too crazy because, as you mentioned, the Dogs do have their moments. So I was just wasn't totally sold that the Sharkies can cover that line, but I still think they win well enough, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yep. No, I'm the same. Yeah. I've I didn't want to take him with the start. I'll instead take him 13 plus. I think they get the win. Mulatalo, he's gone a few weeks without one. I think he sort of bounces back this week and gets one. I'm going a little bit of a multi here. I think I had the guy you mentioned earlier, Nico Hines. He's 3 in his last 3 games. So he had a double last week. So I'm going to back him here to score again. Mulatalo, I'm going to throw him in. Sharks 13 plus. Matt Ikavalu, who he scored a double last week, and I just backed him. I think he does it again. I'm going to back him to get a double, and that gets me $11 for that multi.
Oof.
So I'm going to go a bit bold for this one on a Sadiavo. I think there's a little bit of an area here where we can score some good dough. So I'm going to take those 3 try scorers, and Sharkies 13 plus gets me $11. So that's where I'm playing, mate.
Well played, Roasty. Very well played.
A barnstormer to finish Super Saturday is the Rabbits looking to bounce back from that heartbreaking loss against the Panthers last week.
Yep.
They played very well, but just couldn't get the chockies. Cowboys also looking to keep pace with and land that top 2 spot, get a home semi up at Country Bank Stadium up in North Queensland.
Yes.
Huge win for the Cowboys last week, 44-point hammering of the Warriors. No Tommy Dearden, though, after a horrific injury to his nether regions.
The old ruptured testicle, Roasty. There's been too much of that this year. Is it? Who do we blame for that?
Actually, do you know what? I asked physio, Brian, the physio, NRL physio, and said, has there been a lot of them? And he just said, no, there's only been the 2. There's been Chanel Harris-Tavita and him.
They're just
last year, I think there was 2 late. And it was Tyson Frizzell and someone else. There's been a couple, but there has been a few.
They're just that injury that sticks in the mind, Roasty. They just
does.
There
was also a guy from the Super League. He ruptured a testicle and had a bit of a funny story about it. So there was that one.
Get a few dick jokes.
Sticks in the mind. Yeah. It was a testy time for him. And
very droll.
But yeah, huge loss for them with Tommy Dearden out. But in saying that, they've got Scotty Drinkwater who goes to number 6, and the Hammer, he moves to fullback. Pretty handy replacements if you don't mind. Rabbits very strong, -6.5 favourites here. The over is 47.5. At home, I want to go with the Rabbits, mate. 6 straight wins for the Rabbits over the Cowboys. A couple of stats here I just want to bring up. Cowboys are 4-4 against top 8 teams this year, so 50%. Those wins are against the Broncos twice, Storm and Para. They're 12-2 against the bottom 8 teams. So, you could say they're a bit of a flat track bully. This will be a big test for them and a challenge. I think South's at home on a Saturday night. Feel it could be a little bit of a carve up, but what are you playing, mate?
Yeah, I actually am going against you here. I reckon, the Rabbitohs last week, they're all huffing and puffing about, we're coming for you, look over your shoulder, all that sort of stuff. Weren't able to beat the Panthers without their 2 halves.
Yep.
Cowboys are in decent nick. They're a good team. They're a top 4 team. $2.60 felt like value for mine there. So I reckon I'm going to go the Cowboys to knock them off head to head. Try scorers. I mean, Jeremiah, and anytime you see him over the $2.50 mark this season, I'm having a look there. $2.65. Maybe throw him in the same game with Johnson. But how short's Johnson? Anytime try score, $1.37.
That is crazy, isn't
it? Yeah. No. And the other one is I love Hammer and seeing him at fullback. That's a dangerous weapon. They're pretty lucky to have.
Got a bit of space to move there. Yeah.
That's an exciting watch for me. Just Hammer at fullback. Just let him run. Let him go. You haven't seen that too often. So $2.85 for him as well. Worth a little look.
That is good value, actually. $2.85. Because I'm pretty sure Scotty Drinkwater was there. I know they play the Warriors last week, but he's only a bit over $2. So $2.85. There's a good value. Get a bit of open space and watch him fly.
Drinkwater, Nanai Johnson get you $9.50 for the record.
That's pretty good. But for me, mate, I think the Rabbitohs fire here. The 6.5 for me, it's as one of our old friends used to say, money for old rope. But yeah, if you're not adding AJ to your multi at $1.37, you're mad because he'll score here. The Cowboys have let in hookers the past month. New Brown at the Tigers and Sammy Verrills twice 2 weeks back. He scored a couple. So I like the Rabbitohs -6.5. Throw in AJ, and I'm going to put in Damien Cook to score. Gives me $7.50. That's how I'm going to play that one.
Like it. Well constructed.
We're going head to head, but I like it. We've both got some value there, so should be interesting. Good game to end Saturday night. Now they say the bottom 8 clashes mean nothing late in the year. I will disagree and say the Hammy Roasty Cup is one of the most prestigious games you will ever come across.
The roast ham is what we're playing for.
Yep. Surely you cancel all your Sunday plans for the Tigers v Dragons, mate.
Well,
I've left you speechless, have I?
Yeah, I don't even.
Right.
It is. I'm finding it hard to keep my composure and put the words up here, Roasty. But I hate to say it. Dragons cover the 8.5 is way too short. The Dragons cover, seriously, last week was just stinkeroo. I'm not. How can I be positive about anything I saw last week? Just terrible. Dragons will cover that. Tautau Moga scored a hat-trick last week. If you scored a hat-trick last week against any other NRL team, you'd be absolutely licking your lips at the prospect of playing against this team. He will definitely score, I reckon. He's got to go into my same gamer at $1.50. And I even reckon, because you were talking about your young multi last week that saluted.
Yep.
This didn't salute for me last week, but I put together a multi of ex-Tigers players to score against the Tigers. Tedesco scored. Momorovsky was out, but Gildart came in, so I subbed him in. Didn't score. Matt Lodge scored with about 2 minutes to go.
Yep.
So we got very, very close to that multi at about $27. I reckon Aaron Woods is a sniff to score on against his old team at $10 in this game.
That big fella up front.
Again, I really hope I'm wrong, but how can, seriously, look me in the eye, Roasty. How can I put a positive spin on what I was just served up with last week on my Saturday evening?
You can't really. That was horrific. It was, and even the players coming off and, the stuff that was getting thrown at them from fans was terrible, but the whole team performed. Like, someone actually made a comment, was like, understand the players getting frustrated with, what was being said about them, but if you are serving that up, do you not expect to, cop something from the fans? So,
yep.
Yeah, 72 points, not great.
There's a line. You got to reel it in a little bit, fans. But there's definitely cause for frustration.
And there's booing your team off and all that. Yeah, that's why you pay your money, right? But personal attacks, no, definitely not. But yeah, you got to show what it means to you as a fan. So, but yeah, look, I'm with you, mate. It sort of looked like a bit of a New South Wales Cup team, because you look at the outs for the Tigers. They're missing Hastings already. No Brooks. Brooks is out, isn't he? Yeah.
Yep.
Seafarth, Tamu, he's probably going to miss. I'm not sure what's happening there. He's been suspended. Ken Mamalu, Luke Garner as well. They are looking like a bit of a New South Wales Cup side. Not that the Dragons are great either, but the way they played last week, I can see them putting on some points. Also, I wanted to point out something, because it came to me. Every team announces 22 players on a Tuesday. 11 players from the Dragons 22 has their first initial starts with the letter J. Has to be a record.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll go through them real quick. Jack Bird, Jaden Sullivan, Josh Maguire, Jaden Sewer, Jack DeBellin, Jaden Hunt, Jackson Ford, Jonathan Rubin, Jack Giuseppe, Joshua Corick, and Josh Kerr. That's just amazing. 50% of the team is Jay.
And, I mean, the West Tigers, not to be outdone here, Junior Pauga, Jock Madden, Joe Offengowie, Jake Simpkin, and then we've got Justin Matamua and James
Little.
Roberts. So
Jacob Little.
Well, is he playing?
No,
Can't see him named.
No, this is what he's in the 16. So this is what I mean, though. There's 22 players in each team.
Jacob Little.
How many you got there? You got nearly eight or nine. So, like, half the bloody squads on both teams are starting with the letter J. It's just outstanding. So that's actually going to factor into my bet this week, and I'm calling it the Triple J bet.
I like it.
Yeah. So I'm backing my Dragons to cover the start. I think they cover the 8.5. Jack Miller, he's been strong with us. He scored a double last week. I like him again here. Jaden Sullivan, he got over the stripe last week. By himself, he's paying $4.60. But I'm gonna throw a few of these guys in together. The old music station, not the old, it's still going around, Triple J. If I added Jack Bird, Jaden Sullivan, Jaden Sewer as a Triple J bet, it's going to get me $25 even. I'm just going to stick with that.
How do you do, fellow kids? It's the Triple J. Triple J multi.
It is. I'm going to put that up.
Don't touch that dial.
Well, what a blockbuster to kick off Super Sunday or the Sunday.
And if you're still awake at the end of it, you're treated to the Titans versus the Knights to bring it home.
I did say with the Triple J bet, Jay, we call this our Sundays are the Sunday Saviours, who also have a J. Come on, well, the guy on I won't say his name. Don't want to insult anyone.
The big man.
Religious, but the big man.
Yep.
He also started with J, so he might be looking over us on Sunday. Now, the absolute blockbuster, like you said, to end the round, the penultimate round. I'm not going to say it anymore.
3 for those playing at home.
Yeah. Blockbuster to end it is the Titans taking on the Knights. Titans minus 7.5 point favourites. The Knights were respectable last week against the Raiders side, leading 22-8, but they did let in 20 points in the second half. Unanswered points too. So massive overs here, 54.5. Could see some points.
That's big.
And some try scorers here, mate.
Yeah.
4 of the Titans' last 5 have gone the overs here. And these teams have split the last 8 matches 4-4. Titans have won the last 2, one by 1 point and the other by 13 plus. But you'd obviously be looking at a Knights win here to try and starve off the Tigers for the spoon. But what you think?
Yeah, come on, Knights. Knights 13 plus. That'll get you $7.25. Help the Tigers out. Let's go.
You need some of that for and against too, don't you?
We do. Desperately do. But there are some stats that are against me, Roasty. The home side has won the last 10 between these sides. That's the Gold Coast in this. So that doesn't bode well for me. But yeah, I want the Knights 13 plus. So see how we go there. Same game multi, I'm thinking for this one. Dominic Young and Edric Lee. Doesn't matter how bad this team's going. They just keep finding ways of scoring tries. I'm whacking both of them in the same game multi with our man, Bo Firma. Scored last week at $4.10 as well.
Yep. So
whacking those 3 together, putting the feet up, not really touching the head-to-head because who knows what either of these sides are going to serve up. But those 3, $7.20, $7.25. So I'm happy with that. I think those blokes know how to score a try, and I'll take it. Yeah.
I haven't had an overs bet in a while, so I think I'm just going to play it nice and simple here. I'm going to take the Titans to cover the 7.5. That's where I'm going to play there. And I'm going to take the overs. I want to see some points in this one. I want to sit back on the Sunday Arvo, watch just a shitload of tries come in, and hopefully the Titans cover the 7.5.
You got no heart, mate. Wanting them, you're not helping the Tigers at all with this tip. But
if I wanted to help the Tigers, wouldn't I ring the Dragons and say, "Can you lose to the Tigers? Let them win."
Please do.
Yeah.
You're well connected, Roasty. If the players listen to you, get around them.
I'll ring all the Jacks and the Jays and the.
That'd be good.
But yeah, look, I'm going to take that. It's just a simple bet, $3, just to enjoy that last game. But all my try scorers, all my tips for this one leads into my KFC multi.
Oh, love it.
I know,
Feed me.
I know it was dangerous. I said this to you before to have all your picks in one game, but I feel like this is if you're going to pick a game, this is the game where you're going to get a lot of wingers, a few forwards, all the people over the park can score on Sunday Arvo.
Yeah.
My KFC multi this week is going to be big day for Feeder. He's going to be the burger. I think he gets over, scores a try. I'm not sure exactly what his price is, but I think he might only be.
I'll grab it for you, mate. David Feeder, $2.12 short.
$2.12 short. Dom Young served me well last week. He got a double last week. Taking him. Edric Lee, he also got a double last week. I think he does it again this week. Good old mate Philip Sami. I think he might get over the stripe this week, and all those four together, $14.25 for my KFC Zinger Box multi.
Yep, you're right in the hitting zone. Well priced. That's your sort of Zinger Box territory, which we love. Yep. Here's what I've put together, Roasty. Corey Oates to get one.
Yep.
$2 value. He scores two. We've spoken about it earlier in the show. He scores two when they're underdogs.
Two for Corey Oates, $2.
Very good value. That's what I was thinking. Alex Johnson, bit of a control C, control V, short, $1.37, but he's going in my Zinger Box.
Yep.
Deal with it. Tau Moga, hat-trick last week, playing against Spud FC this week. I'm sorry, I'm angry. $1.50, he's going in. And Liam Martin, playing against the Warriors, scored a clutch try last week, $3.20. Get in my Zinger Box, $13.24. Gamble responsibly.
Love it. We're very close. We're only $1 off here. So
you could almost, I'm not going to force you to do anything, up to you, but you could almost stack my Zinger Box onto your Zinger Box. Whack a little Stewie diver on that. See how we go. Penultimate round. Might as well,
Do you want me to do it?
While we got all these teams playing.
Do you want me to do it while I'm here?
Do it.
I think so. I'm gonna. So for everyone listening, it's late. It doesn't matter if we have a bit of silence here, but
yeah.
So who have I got? I got Dom Young, Edric Lee.
Yeah. So that's the same gamer. You have to add that to your slip as the same gamer.
I made that mistake earlier.
Yeah.
Dom Young, Edric Lee, Dave Fafita, Philip Sami. Add that. Oh, hold on. Why is that?
So you basically got two same gamers going there. It's one same gamer.
Oh no, I've got to take a couple of things out here.
You're doing them all in the same match.
Yeah, all in the same match. So I said this is a bad thing, but for me it's a good thing. So
I like that. So $14.25 for that. Saving it all for the end. Saving your Zinger Box for the Sunday end.
So if I get it, that's my dinner. I'm going to stack up on Zinger stackers. Dave Fafita, Philip Sami, $14.25. So I've got that one there. Now, what was yours again? Let's read it out. What do we got?
I think I've got my calculations a bit wrong here because I've just gone in and Corey Oates, unless he's firmed up 34 cents in the last 45 minutes, he's $1.66. But Corey Oates, I've got.
Right, yep. So we'll whack in Corey Oates. Yep.
Then we got Alex Johnson.
So we've got, what's that, the Saturday Night Clash?
Yep.
I'm really looking forward to that one.
That will be a ripper.
Yep.
Then I'm going with Tau Moga.
The Dragons on the Sunday.
And then
Tau Moga, where is he for any time? $1.51, short too.
And then to bring it home, well, he's quite early in the weekend, but Liam Martin at $3.
You need him early.
We do need him early.
First 6 p.m. game.
Yep.
Liam Martin. There we go. Ooh. I'm gonna have a.
What are we dealing with?
Stewie on this.
What are we dealing with here, Rosie?
It is. Hold on. Get rid of that.
156.
$156.59.
Stewie, on that, bang. You're eating Colonel all off season. If that comes off,
that is a shout
Zinger stacker.
Shout the boys at the end of season footy trip. KFC, all you can eat on the way home. It's $5 on that gets you $7.82.96. Gamble responsibly, everyone, please. But
yeah,
hey,
Stewie Diver.
Don't even gamble on that if you don't want to. Just let us do it. We'll tell you how much we enjoy it when it gets over.
It's a Stewie Diver into a Zinger stacker.
Massive.
Name a more iconic duo.
Mate, that's
well, beauty, Roasty.
What a show! What a night! I love actually recording on a Tuesday night. It's much easier than the Wednesday morning.
It's good, isn't
love
it?
Let it ride. Yep.
Get the merch happening. Get your zingers in as well. Get your 100%. Boxes in. Show us your boxes, and if one of them salutes, or the best one that salutes, the best value,
you're
getting yourself some merch. So
DM us at the NRL roast. Send us your slips, and the best one, if it gets up, gets a jersey. The first one to send it in, I'll do it that way. First one to send in their multi, and if it gets up, gets a jumper. So that's how you can earn one.
Love it. Simple. Roasty, as always, outstanding form, mate.
Thank you, mate.
Yep. Look after yourself as well, mate. I'll send you a few pics if I manage to get into the Cheese Cup. I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm going to watch the ham roast this year. I just don't know if I can put myself through that again on the Lord's Day.
I'll let you know how it goes.
Well, yeah,
you'll hear
maybe. Let me know if it's I'll just watch it. I'll just watch it. I'll just do it. There's 2 weeks left to enjoy the boys before we have a big off season. So
100%.
Yeah. Well done though, Roasty. Good show as always.
Thank you, legend, and thank you, listeners. Thank you, Roasties. Talk again next week. All the best. As always, gamble responsibly. Look after yourselves and each other.